In this video, we are going to learn the process of simplification of rational expressions. So here we have two rational expressions and they're separated by a plus sign. That is, you're adding those two rational expressions. Okay. So my first step is to look for the least common denominator between these two rational expressions. So we have to find what is the LCD. The least common denominator is how much? So in order to find that least common denominator, let us find the factors of both the denominators, x square minus 4 and x minus 2. Okay. So I have here x square minus 4, the first denominator. So x square minus 4, I can write it as x square minus 2 square, because 2 times 2 is 4. Now this is of the form of a square minus b square is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So the first plus second times first minus second equal to square of the first minus square of the second. So this is the formula, the difference of two squares. We have already seen it before. Using that formula, instead of a square here, I have x square. For b square, we have 2 square. So just write down into that form. I'm replacing this a's and b's with x and 2. So x square minus 2 square equal to x plus 2 times x minus 2. So the first denominator is factorized in this form. Now the second denominator is x minus 2, and there are no common factors between x and 2. So if at all we want, you can just write 1 times x minus 2. Alright. Then, what is the least common denominator between these two denominators? This LCD. To find the least common denominator, first we have to look for any factors which are common between those two. So, do you see something common here? Yes, of course. X minus 2 and x minus 2, that's common. I'll write that common factor first, and then anything else is common? No. So the remaining factors you can just copy them off. That is, my least common denominator is this, x minus 2 times x plus 2. Okay, of course 1 is there, it is 1 times anything is just the same product we get. Right. Now this whole process of getting least common denominator, you can call it as a step 1. Once you are done with this step 1, in the second step, we have to write the first and the second rational expressions with the same denominator. That is, now the least common denominator is going to be the denominator for both the rational expressions. Let me show it to you. The first one, I have 6x plus 7 over x square minus 4, that is written as x plus 2 times x minus 2. Alright. Now, my least common denominator is also just the same thing, x minus 2 times x plus 2. So, do I have to do anything to this particular denominator? It is already your least common denominator. So, you don't have to do anything to the first rational expression and precisely the denominator. Now, coming to the second one, in the second expression, in my denominator you have just x minus 2. Only x minus 2 is there. But we are looking for x minus 2 times x plus 2. Therefore, I have to multiply this denominator x minus 2 by x plus 2 so that this changes to the same thing like LCD. And also, whatever I do to the denominator, I'll do the same thing to the numerator, because I multiplied the denominator by x plus 2. So multiply the numerator also by x plus 2. Right. This you can call it as step 2. Now in step 2, we made sure that both the denominators are same. Now let us combine these two rational expressions. As I already have those two denominators that are same, so instead of writing it twice, just write it once and then copy the remaining numerators. So we have the leftover numerator is 6x plus 7 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. We already have it. Plus is there, so I'll write a plus sign. 2 times x plus 2. So while bringing down this 2 times x plus 2, we can even use of your distributive property and write it as 2 times x, 2x plus 2 times 2 is 4. By doing this, we are saving one step. This, instead of copying 2 times x plus 2, I copied as 2 times x, 2x plus 2 times 2, that is 4. Now in the numerator, we are seeing an expression here like 6x plus 7 plus 2x plus 4. You have a chance of simplification. You can easily combine the like terms like 6x plus 2x. Combine those two together. 6 plus 2 gives you 8. 8x plus 7 plus 4. This is the constant number 7 and that's 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. And in the denominator, you have x minus 2 times x plus 2. This is the sum of the two rational expressions that are given to us here. 6x plus 7 over x squared minus 4 plus 2 divided x minus 2 gives us 8x plus 11 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. Further simplification is not possible, just to leave it there. Now following the same procedure, I want you to add these two rational expressions. Just everything is just the same. Find the least common denominator and then bring them together, simplify, and you'll end up getting the right answer. Now let us look at a different simplification problem. Here also you are asked to simplify those two rational expressions. What is the result of these two? That's the question. So again, the procedure is the same and it is in fact easier than the previous one. Okay, let us go ahead and find the factors of the denominators. That's our step 1. So 6m square, change it into factorized form, like 6 is written as 2 times 3 times m square is m times m, and the second denominator is 5m cube. So 5 is just 5 only. If you want, you can write 5 times 1 times m cube is m to the third, so multiply m 3 times. So those are the two denominators in factor form. Now let us find the least common denominator between those two. Now, before going there, I'll look at my common factors. 2 is not repeated, 3 is not repeated. You can see m here repeated and one more m. So, in my least common denominator, I'll start off with the m, the repeated common factors like m and m, then the leftover factors, then 2 times 3 times 5 times 1 times m. What is the product? I'll multiply numbers first. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 5 is 30, times 1 is 30. M times m times m is m cube, m to the third power. So we have the least common denominator. Now in next step, let us write these denominators as 30m cube. I have to change 6m square as 30m to the third power. Okay, let us do it this way. 10 over 6m square. So I have to multiply the 6m square with something to get 30m to the third power. So in 30m cube, you already have 6m square. So what is that I have to multiply? That you will get it by doing this cancellation process. 6 can divide 30 5 times. M to the third over m square is m. If you find it difficult, you can just look for that 5m over here. Say 6. How do you look for that? This denominator is 6m square. So 2 times 3 is 6. M times m square. 6m square is gone. The leftover one is 5m. That is the 5m here. So that 5m is multiplied with the first denominator. So you will also multiply the numerator. What I am doing to the denominator, I'll do the same thing. Alright, so I think we fixed the denominator. It became 30m to the third power. Now there is a minus sign. Let me put a subtraction. And in the second fraction, we have 5m cube in the denominator. Numerator is 2n only. Now, what is the expression that I have to multiply with this is 5m cube to get 30m cube. 5 need to change to 30. We know that 5 times 6 is 30. Right away I can just say times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. That also you can verify over here. 5, m, and m. Left with 6. Anything is fine. Or just 5 times 6 is 30. Now let us multiply each of these numerators and denominators independently. First we'll do them separately, like 5 times 10 or how much? 50 times m. 10 times 5, 50 times m is 50m. In the denominator, 30m cube minus, here my denominator again it is same 30m cube, and on the numerator 12n, because 2 times 6 is 12, 12 times n is 12n. Further, as we change the denominators same, let us combine by writing the denominator one time, 30m cube. Now the leftover numerators are 50m minus 12n. Actually we can stop at this point, but I'm seeing some common factors in this numerator. So let us take out common factor. What is common between 50 and 12? They both are even numbers. So 2 is the greatest common factor I see there. That is now 2 times. Out of 50, 2 is taken away. So 25 is left over. I read 25, and also there is an m, that is 25m, minus from 12, 2 is taken out, left with 6, so 6n. And in the denominator, it is 30m cube. Now, there is something common between numerator and denominator. So we have to do that also. 2 cancels out to 1 time, and 2 can cancel this 30 15 times, leaving behind 25m minus 6n over 15m cube. This is the simplified form of this expression. 10 divided 6m square minus 2n over 5m to the third power. That yields this answer. So following the same process, please try this problem. 12 divided 8m square minus 4n over 5m cube. Okay, thank you.